inspection. This is one that I wanted to get at, and you can actually download that once you're logged in. And I actually opened one of them, and here it is, so that you can just get a picture of how it looks like. This is how it looks like. You see, assess supplier. You see. So you can get a lot more details on the supplier, including phone number and all that. And as we discussed on the previous live video, getting the phone number is actually very important, and you can actually get lots of discount when you actually pick a phone, when you actually pick up your phone and call and give a call to your supplier. So again, that's also very essential. Okay, so you can also get other details, including location. Now, this location is actually very important. This we'll see when we are creating a shipment on Amazon.com. It's very important to enter this address, and it's very important to also get this address right, because if you get this address wrong, then you may find yourself in either it may cause you problems in shipping. Now, if you're shipping if you were shipping within the US, the worst thing that could happen is that your item could be sent to a wrong fulfillment center or to a different fulfillment center. But if you're ordering from outside, it's also very important that you get this address right. So they have a good address. All their details are here. And they're also verified by Alibaba. You have their contacts here. You can easily email them directly and call them. I cannot overemphasize on that. It's very important to call your supplier. You'll get a lot of discounts when you make calls. Now, you can just feel free to read through this or just skim through it, just to ensure that you're sure what's happening here. You can see all the report will contain a lot of things, including machinery testing, whatever. All these things will give you an idea of the kind of supplier this is, and will help you decide whether or not you wanna go with them, or you wanna decide whether or not you wanna buy products from them in the long term. So just go ahead and go through it, just skim through it. They'll also have some of the samples. Now see this, all this, they will also show some of the samples. All these things will help you understand or prove that this is the honest supply. So there are a lot of things. You also get picture of the machinery and stuff like that. Now, what I would add is that you see this production line capacity. It says 500,000 pieces per month. Now, you actually, because now all of these things were written at the. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, you need to confirm with your supplier if you're going to order. I know you probably are not going to be ordering this much. But what I'm saying is, make sure, let's say if you want to buy a particular kind of an item here, it's a good idea to confirm with the supplier to ensure that this is an updated information and nothing has changed. This is because you may expect that I would ask a supplier to be making this, and you may come to realize later that product has been discontinued, or maybe due to maybe excessive or many customer complaints, they just decided to stop manufacturing it. So it's very important to get the latest information. This should act like your guide, but you should always inquire the current information from your supplier. So just go ahead and go through this, just skim through this. And now, depending on your supplier, this may be long or short, but just go through it. It's actually very long. I don't have time for this right now, but I will really encourage you to go this, especially if you're actually deciding to go with this supplier or with a particular supplier. Just go on their website. They don't have now. I want to insist that not all suppliers have to have this, but it is a good pointer that will help you get a good supply, and and be sure of where you're spending your money. And I agree that there's some supply that may be good, but maybe they're still new and they don't have much experience. But you can also use other pointers, because this, as you say, this supply has over 8 years of experience. So this is good. Now there's some suppliers. Let's say let's say a new company just joined in on Alibaba. May not have as many things here, but most people who are serious with what they're doing, they would include that here. They would include as much information as possible here. So let's go back to our list. Let's just go back to our list, and we'll just see a couple more points here that it's important to check out. So okay, so we're going to talk about being assessed. We're going to talk about looking at the suppliers. So we are now going to go to the next point. So another thing to look about is to look for is the sample availability. Now, most manufacturer will allow you will send you a sample of the product before you decide to purchase, which is very important. And the reason why I'm thinking that it's very important for you to actually get the sample is because a high quality product to you may mean different, or may have a different meaning to someone else. So because when you're starting a store, especially if it's your first product, you don't really have a lot of room of error. You can't afford any mistakes. So for this reason, it's very essential for you to actually request a sample from the supplier and have it on hand, test it for yourself, and confirm whether or not it's the best option for you. So so let's move on. So again, as I'm saying, a good company will always have a sample, will always have sample available, will always encourage you to take a sample. But now, if you're dealing with a middleman, either he or she will give you a hard time when trying to get a sample in many cases, and even if he or she actually agrees to send you a sample, it will take longer, so long at least even to ship, because if it's a factory and you just request a sample, they will just order the sample right away, and they will ship it maybe in the next 24 48 hours. But if it's a middleman, this may take a bit longer. It may take a bit longer to get a sample. So again, watch out for that. And the reason why I'm saying is that there are some middlemen that don't really have a lot of stock until they get a customer who needs that particular item and stuff. So again, just keep an eye out for that. Also, you can also check out the factory maps. Ask them to send you their location, or you can always get them from their homepage, from the Alibaba storefront. And Google it. Use Google Maps to get more information on the supplier and see whether or not it's the right supplier. And this will really help you to confirm the location. And actually, it should be and the way China is, at least from my knowledge, is that many industries are located in a particular in certain regions. So like there are some regions where you find a lot more industries than others, and so it's something I'm just putting out there as a pointer if you really want to dig in. If they give a location that's different from the location that is on Alibaba, then that would also be a red flag. So apart from the location being in an industrial area, you could also check on whether the address that they send you is the same address that is located and that is written on their Alibaba front page, storefront. So again, that's something you could also look for. And we'll also keep on speaking on a couple more points, and that, as you said, call them. Now, if you're making a huge order, let's say you want to order 3,000 MOQ and stuff, you could also ask for a video call, or maybe for them to send you a video. Usually a video call will be best because everything will be live and it will be a real-time experience. And actually most supplier won't shy away from video call and they will always be ready to take your calls at any time as long as they are at work and stuff. And so you just feel free to call them and say, show me your industry, show me your company, show me where you're working and stuff like that. I want to know more about your company. Now, for most honest factory, they will just show you, especially if it's an honest agent of that company, they will feel free to show you their company premises and stuff. I'm thinking that this option is for someone who wants to order a very large MOQ and wants to be sure that he or she is putting his or her money at the right place and you're getting the right supply. And so I would encourage you, if you're going to do this, you should make this video an unplanned one or a surprise one. So it's very important to ensure that you are getting this right information from the supplier. If you really want to dig in more, then you can choose to take that route. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I would encourage you to go through this testing report, and you can also confirm them. Some of these reports are confirmed by an independent assessor, someone who came to assess the company, and some of them are confirmed and assessed by Alibaba themselves. So you just have to go ahead and check out which is which and which will work best for you. But all in all, those are the points. So next time I'm going to also discuss about how to avoid scams and how to get high quality products. There are a lot of things that we should see. But I believe that you have enjoyed the points that we have spoken today. And feel free to ask any questions, and we'll be free and we'll be there to answer. At Abadiro Academy, we aim at ensuring that you have a successful online business when it comes to selling on Amazon or eBay or any other platform, and we will ensure that we are working together to ensure that you're getting daily tips and things that will help you and knowledge that will help you source the right products. First of all, know what are the right products to sell, find the right supplier, get the right products and sell, market, and grow your e-commerce store. Thank you so much, and I will be there to speak more on this next time. Thanks.